killed. Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said, sir. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage is safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember Yahanna's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback to bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
All right, let's clap it up. We got it real quick. Lower this just a little bit. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I want you to get all this gloriousness in here. All right, that should be good. That should be good. All right, let's clap it up. Shalom, D.C., with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. If it's not 1 West, it's not under Commanding General Yahanna. It's not 1 West. We're not affiliated with any other Christian group or Hebrew Israelite group on the face of the planet. One West is home of the truth. What we're going to get into tonight, if anybody has any questions, type your questions in the chat. We're going to get to them. If anybody has any comments, type your comments in the chat as well. We'll acknowledge them, but be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Be respectful. I pray you understand. What we're going to get into tonight is how you should choose your woman. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because if you choose unwisely, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Right. I don't know how many the prison houses, the jail houses, the hospitals, and the cemeteries are filled with brothers who chose incorrectly. You know, anybody who's been around just a little bit knows exactly what I'm talking about. This is not some hyperbole or you know, something that has only happened, you know what I'm saying, in biblical times, because this stuff is happening right here, right now, and has been happening. But guess what? In a future time, none of this stuff will be happening. Why? Because we'll be living in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no Instagram. There ain't gonna be no no Snapchat, no Twitter where there's thirst traps and whatnot, and there's no real consequences of your actions, because right now there ain't gonna be no OnlyFans. You know what OnlyFans is gonna be like in the kingdom? You know what OnlyFans is gonna be like in the kingdom? You want to take a guess?
Non-existent.
No, it's gonna be some OnlyFans in there. It's going to be the OnlyFans is not gonna be what it is today. It's going to be the slaves that's going to be fanning you when you hot. that's the OnlyFans is going to be in the kingdom. It ain't going to be no subscription based, you know, whoredom and prostitution. It ain't going to be none of that. I pray you understand. That the OnlyFans that we gonna have in the kingdom is, I know you've seen them old Egyptian movies and whatnot, where there's, you know, kings and whatnot laying around, and they have them huge palm leaves and whatnot, and they're fanning whoever is in power. Those are gonna be the OnlyFans right there. That's it. But the things that we suffer now is the same thing as we suffered way back when. The things that Kanye West is going through, brothers Akim, you know, we've been through this very same thing way back when. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into it, and we're gonna have some examples of exactly how our women should hold themselves. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give examples, because there's a million and one examples of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. That's easy. But we're gonna give examples of what to do, how to portray yourself as a true princess of the Most High. You understand? And right now we have, when I say we, I'm talking about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in general. We don't have examples. The men and women in here in the I.S.U.P.K, we have examples all the time. You know what I'm saying? And you've seen the brotherhood. Let's give Commander General Yahanna and the West Coast Akim, you know, a hand for the West Coast cookout. I wasn't there. I was unable to go this year. But from what I understand, it was most excellent. It has always been excellent. Shout out to the West Coast crew, the Cali crew, the Las Vegas crew, all the crews that came together to make that event a very successful event. You know what I'm saying? So there was tons of examples there. And if you just go on your Facebook, you see some of them examples that's immortalized on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these platforms of how women should be, and how you when you actually choose properly, you will have life. You got something?
Couple concepts block. We have 3 comments. from Vanessa Sparks. She says, truth over everything. And Bambi White, she says, can we please get into it, please? And what are the examples? Another one just popped in. How do you think women should be?
What are the examples? How do I? It has nothing. I have nothing to do with this. Is no way I think a woman should be, but how the way the Most High wants us to be. Not just the women, but the men. And the reason why we have have people women buying $1 million homes and $100,000 vehicles and switching them out, all the time because of OnlyFans is because the demand is there for it. There's men demanding it. Now we demand that our woman be just and chaste. Matter of fact, get me that scripture where it says, you know what I'm talking about? Where it says the older woman she'll teach the younger woman. Give me that scripture. Give me that scripture. But if the men demand our women, just like the men in here in the I.S.U.P.K, we demand, if you want to be called by our name, by a man who is a priest and a prophet of the Most High, if you want to be called by our name, we demand a certain standard. And that standard is according to this right here. That standard is according to this right here. It is nothing that's made up. It's nothing that that we've come together and be like, yeah, we don't want this. Nah, this is instruction given to us by the Most High, and we're demanding that in order for our woman to be called by our name. Now, if you don't want to live up to that standard, shalom, peace. We're not forcing you to do anything. You know what I'm saying? There's I might be showing my age, but there's an old saying that says, don't let the doorknob hit you with the good little spitcher. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to do this, so be it. I'm not going to force you to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you know exactly what it is. And right now it's cold out there. You know what I'm saying? It's cold. I'm not talking about because it's December. It could be in the middle of July and the desert. You know what I'm saying? During a heat wave. It's cold outside. It's cold out there on them streets without having a man. Not only just a man, a righteous man. Even in the households where, where there's kids in there, there's a single mother, and even if there's an unrighteous man in the house, those kids grow up very differently than the kids that had no man in the house. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Just having a masculine presence in that house changes the whole dynamic of the household, period. You know what I'm saying? You got that scripture? What's it? Call it out.
Titus chapter 2, verse 3.
Hold on 1 second. The scripture is Titus chapter 2, verse 3. I'm gonna get there with you. If you didn't know, Titus is in the New Testament. It's in the back. I think it has like 4 or 5 chapters in it.
3.
It's 3 chapters. If you don't, if you try and flip too fast, you're gonna miss it. Titus chapter 2 and what?
Chapter 2, verse 3. Chapter
2, verse 3. All right, I'm there with you.
Come. Titus chapter 2, verse 3.
Now, real quick, the sister says, what is the expectation? That was a question. What's the expectation of how a woman should be? I know she said, well, how do I think a woman should? But that's basically the question, right? What is expected of women?
Something like this. No. How do you think women should?
Okay, how do you think women should be? So, what is the expectations of the men in the I.S.U.P.K, not just the men, of the Most High? The expectation of the Most High, the way women should be according to the Most High. We're going to read it right here. Go ahead.
Come. Titus chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise.
So he says the aged woman likewise. So in order for a woman to learn how to be a woman, an older woman should who knows how to be a woman should teach them. Right now, I seen. I don't like this. I don't like this. I see, and it's probably a bunch of people who've seen this. What I'm about to talk about, but I think it's on TikTok or these social media reels where there's 3 sisters, and they're all and they're all doing dances in there, and they have like a little caption, and the grandmother looked like she about 35 years old, and the granddaughter looked like she grown. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like a black don't crack type deal, but really what it was is that there wasn't a father in the house because the grandmother had her daughter, I want to say at like 12, 13. And then the mother had her daughter like around the same age. If there was a man in the house who had standards on the house, his daughter wouldn't have wound up pregnant. And then the granddaughter, the daughter would, it wouldn't have been so and so. But their mother didn't allow their father to be in the house. So when that aged woman came about, the young woman learned from the aged woman. She learned from her mother. Her mother got pregnant at 12, 13. So she got pregnant at 12, 13. So in order for us to learn something, what should happen, and this both goes for men and women, what should happen is we should learn from our elders. But in this generation, our elders are the old yes ass massa Negroes. The I don't care if you spit on my food, but you're going to serve me. Them type of cats. You think what do you think we're learning from them? What do you think we learned from them? We learned Martin Luther King's wet dream. That's what we learned from them. And that was 100% totally against the Most High. So right here it's saying the aged woman likewise, keep going.
Come, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
As they shall be in behavior as becoming holiness. Now, why is they saying they shall be in behavior? Reason why, just like I said earlier, because the children are watching you. They're seeing exactly what you're doing. They're seeing exactly how you're operating, and they're going to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? You can tell a kid to do something a million times, and the second day they see you do the opposite, they're going to bring that up, the opposite. And if they don't bring that up, they're going to do that thing that they seen you do instead of the thing that you told them to do. So what it's saying here is saying the woman shall be in behavior. So it's not do as I say, not as I do type deal. It's do as I say because I'm doing the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, what is, you have something?
Walking how you talking.
Walking how you talking. Yeah. Walk it. Exactly. Walk it how you talk it. Now it says in behavior as what?
As becometh holiness.
As becometh holiness. Now, what does holiness mean? Now, a lot of Christians might discombobulate this word and make it mean something that it really isn't. What is holiness?
Well, the base word is holy, which is kodash in the Hebrew, which means separate.
All right, yeah, exactly. It means separate. So if you twerking on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and whatnot, and you on throwing out man traps or thirst traps, not man, is you throwing out thirst traps out there? Everybody's doing that. How are you being separate from what everybody else is doing? You know what I'm saying? You think it's cool? You think it's okay for a wife, for a woman who belongs to a man? Because since sometimes we deal with carnal people and unlearned people, and it's no disrespect, but according to the Bible, marriage is something totally different than what man says marriage is. You know what I'm saying? Man says you're married if you get permission, and then you do it in the courthouse or a church house, and that's the only way that becomes legal marriage. But according to the Most High God, Marriage is when you lay with a man. When a woman lays with a man. That is marriage. So if you did not know that, that's according to the Most High God, that is what marriage is. Now, when I'm saying, to be separate, if a woman belongs to somebody, if a woman belongs to somebody, to a man, and she's given herself, if a woman lays with a man, you are 100% giving yourself. He can't take that from you. He can't take that from you. If he does, he's going to suffer dire consequences. So you're giving yourself to this man. If you are giving yourself and you belong to somebody, why the hell you got a for sale sign out? Why the hell you advertising as if you want something else? You're only inviting trouble, mischief, you know what I'm saying? Confusion. That's all that's going to become of this. And like I said at the beginning of the class, in a lot of cases, you're courting death. You know what I'm saying? You are courting death. Death to you, death to the people around you. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea what this means or how serious this is. So when it says, I'm gonna come to you real quick. When it says becometh holiness, you got to be separate. The aged woman should be living as if she's separate, right? You had something?
Yeah, two things, sir. Actually, just one thing. Bambi, she has another comment or a question.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I didn't know that, and you have a lot of people laying down with each other. So what about the prostitutes?
A lot of our people don't know that. And what about the prostitutes? Let's finish this. Let's finish this first, because that goes into a whole, it goes into a whole different subject. Matter of fact, let me address that right now. If you didn't know that, because I didn't know that before I came to class, before I sat down in these seats, before I made the call and or heard anything about the I.S.U.P.K. I grew up in the church. I knew. I didn't know the Bible because the church didn't know the Bible. Right. And that's why I didn't know that. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't know that. So through this, like I said, this goes into a whole different thing. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know that the church was supposed to teach us, but they failed because they're nothing but whoas. You know what I'm saying? They are the prostitutes. They are prostituting themselves to keep us in the captivity. And the whole point of the Christian church is so that we can be whores, so that we can be whoremongers, so that we can be eaters of swine's flesh, so that we can be idolaters. And the reason why they keep us like that is because the moment we stop being whores, we stop being whoremongers, we stop being idolaters and eaters of swine's flesh, Christ will come back and avenge us for all the wrong that has been done to us throughout history. Right. And the kingdom will come here on earth. Right. That is why we don't know this, and that is why the Christian churches don't teach us this. As far as what about the prostitutes or people who is just out there, having casual sex with any old body? You didn't know that before. You know it now. Stop it. This is your warning, because if you don't, there's things out there that's going to make Romans 6 and 23. It's like we're not going to get that, but you look at Romans 6 and 23. It says, "For the wages of sin is death." All this stuff that I said, just mentioned, alluded to, and there's a ton more. All of that, your payment for that is death. You keep doing this after this warning, after you've been told to stop doing that. There's such a thing that's out there that's worse than death. that will make you wish that you had died. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff out there that will take you out all the way out the game and make you wish that you was just put to death. It would have been much easier for you, for your family, for anybody that's involved. It will be easier just to die. If you want to avoid that fate, stop doing the things that the Most High has ordained, has ordered us not to do. Now, the last man, if you're a woman, the last man you laid with, that is your husband. That is your husband. You understand what I'm saying? If there's some difficulties in that, you need to come and get counsel specifically on that situation. But in general, the things that you used to do that is an abomination unto God, unto the Most High, stop doing it. Point blank, period. Just stop doing it. You going from man to man to man. The last man you was with is your husband until you die. If you want further clarification on that, I suggest you come into class and get counsel. You know what I'm saying? Let's clap it up for Gerald Muhammad. Gerald Muhammad will be right here in DC in this building, December 8th. He will be here in the building in Washington, DC on December 8th, Thursday. Class will start at 7 p.m. Seats are limited. I suggest you get here when you get here. But we ain't gonna turn nobody away. If you need to get, be in a class in here, we're gonna make some room for you. You need to be here. There's one thing, just listening to a class of General Muhammad on class and online, and there's a whole separate thing when you're actually in the building, learning from them. So if you can make it here, I suggest you make it here. It was something else. Okay, no sweat. Well, give me one or two, a few of them.
Officer SHALAM, he says most of us don't recognize the judgment God gives us for not treating sex like it's marriage.
Right.
Bambi should stop doing what you say that. Generational curse is real. Vanessa Sparks says celibacy lifts you up spiritually. It's a spiritual investment. And Bambi, again, she said, I don't want that to be my husband. He's in jail right now, and I don't know how much time he got.
No sweat. Like I said, everybody has a situation that they're going through. That's a counselable moment. You seek counsel. But what I'm telling you is that is your husband. That is your husband. That like I said, it's a if we're making bad decisions, when I say bad decisions, we look at a person and we can see the trajectory of their life. You know what I'm saying? We can see the trajectory of their life. If we see if a man sees a woman who's out here in the club showing, leaves nothing to imagination. I used to work at a nightclub, one of the hot nightclubs here in DC back in the day. Dream. I know you've heard of it. It was this chick when AI came out. See, that's how long it's ago. When AI used to come to the club, and even still now, they still, whenever he comes to the club, they still pack the place out. But it was this one chick. Like I heard about her before she even got there. It was like, man, this chick who's wearing a fishnet dress. That's it, just a fishnet dress. A fishnet dress. You know what a fishnet dress is?
So I can say, did she just wear a fishnet?
Basically, yeah, but it was a fishnet, and no. Honestly, a fishnet would be more concealing because it's if anybody's seen a fishnet, is it's a huge piece of mesh material, and if you spread it out, you can't really see the net. But if you have it bunched together, it's you can see it because it's just wide. It has a wide cast, it has a wide range, right? So even if she had just a fishnet on, it would still be more concealing than the dress because it was a tight, fitted, form-hugging goddamn dress fishnet. And she wore this thing to the damn club to try and get recognized and whatnot. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whatever came of her, but if I see that, I know the type of trajectory she has for herself. Why? Because she has absolutely no shame. Absolutely no shame. And conversely, with sisters looking at the brothers and whatnot, if a brother is emotional and has a short temper, he's liable to fly off the handle at any given time for some slight, whether it's very real or imagined, and go off on anybody and anything for any little thing. You kind of see the trajectory of their life. You know what I'm saying? They're going to say the wrong thing to the wrong person at the wrong time, and then it's over. And because of that, whoever is around him or whoever's with him can get the same wrath that he's going to get. Now, if we see that and decide to have a lifelong bond with that person, that chick in the fishnets, dress, or this dude with the hot temper, then it's like going 50 miles an hour down a one-way dead-end street with the lights off at night. You're bound to hit the wall. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when it's going to happen, but you're bound to hit the wall. With that, he's still your husband. He's still your husband. I suggest, and this is for anybody in any situation. If you got a promotion and you think you should you take it or not, you should get counsel for it. If you're walking down the street and you find an envelope full of money, unmarked, envelope full of money, you should get counsel on that. You know what I'm saying? Even situations like this, you should get counsel on this. That's my suggestion. If you're in the DMV area, Jill Muhammad will be here. He is one of the masters, of counsel. He is a very learned man, a very learned priest and prophet. You understand? I suggest you, if you are in this area and you can be here on Thursday, the 8th, I suggest you come through, stop by his class, and afterwards, a lot of times he sets up. Sometimes it might be before or after, but you need to just get in contact with the camp leader, get in contact with Captain Shock, and you can work something out, or you can get in contact with the school, and then give him a call. You know what I'm saying? And just give him a call. It doesn't have to be Thursday. You don't have to wait till Thursday to get your answer, to get your counsel. But he will be in the building. And like I said, it's different when you're sitting in the class with the general or with any teacher, but especially with the general. You know what I'm saying? You got people like to take off of work when the concerts coming into town, or their favorite artist, or a football game or a basketball game is on. They like to take off of work. But when a prophet, a man of God of his stature is in town, you need to make whatever arrangements you need to make and get there and be there. You understand what I'm saying? Let's continue on with this scripture. I already know we ain't finished this class. I know it. Just how the way it's going.
I'm stopping the top.
All right.
Titus chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers.
Boy, I tell you. Salaki.
Not giving too much wine.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so read that from the top one again.
Come. Titus chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness. As becometh holiness,
what you talked about, separate. Okay, keep going.
Not false accusers.
They shouldn't be false accusers saying, that this man did something, or it doesn't have to be about a man. You know what I'm saying? That someone did something that they know that they didn't do. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be false accusers. Keep going.
Not giving too much wine.
Not be a drunkard. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, not just women, but there's a lot of people out there. But in this instance, we're talking about women, right? A lot of women out there who can't hold their liquor. Who just can't hold their liquor. When they get a little sauced up, they like to talk reckless. And we had a perfect example of that. And I know many of you who's in the world who had perfect examples of that when y'all went to that Thanksgiving Day abomination. I know y'all done heard some stuff that shouldn't have been heard or should have been spoken. But you get around a woman who can't hold their liquor, she's gonna say anything and everything just to mess with you, right? Keep going.
Teachers of good things.
Teachers of good things. So she's living this thing, living to be, living in holiness, as becometh holiness. She's also teaching the younger woman how to do that very same thing. We don't have examples of that in the world, of course, because nobody wants to hear from Big Mama. Either Big Mama is not here anymore, or it's 2022. And the things that you said and done was good back then, but it's not good today. It's not good today. They say, you was trapped in a loveless marriage. Bitch, but she's married. Yeah. For 50 years. Got kids and grandkids. And some instances, great grandkids. And you saying what and you want a marriage. You want to be married to someone who comes home all the time. and you look at some of the things that the aged woman has done to stay in that marriage for 50 years, 60 years, whatever. And you be like, no, I can't do that. Well, what are some of those things? And a lot of women go to the extreme. Go to the extreme and they say, well, Big Mama had, or Big Daddy Papa had another family on across the side of town. It may have happened. I'm not going to say it didn't. It may have happened, but according to the Bible, that was his other family. According to the Bible, that was his other family. But still, he came home. Did he not? Like I said, that's for they go to the extreme, and they say, well, Granddad used to drink a lot and beat on Grandma. Again, that's an extreme. If it did happen, it shouldn't have happened, because the men are held accountable in here as well as the women. That shouldn't have happened. But what really kept that man from come home all the time was when he came home, the house was clean. When he came home, the kids were behaved and clean and whatever, taken care of. When that man came home, there was a hot meal waiting for him. You know what I'm saying? There was things that the women did on a much more consistent basis that was just regular, everyday, ordinary things, aside from the very far extreme of things that women are just refuse to do today. What, I ain't your mama. You got hands, you get up in there and go and cook. You know what I'm saying? When it was time to go to work, his lunch was made. His lunch was prepared. He didn't get up and he got up and breakfast was being made. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to get up and say, well, where's my work uniform, my work clothes, or something like that. Didn't have to do that because it was ready and laid out for him. Now, if a man has that, you think he's really, even if he does have another family, you think he's leaving that family? No, he's not. He's not going to leave. And that's one of the reasons why that man never left. But now, you got Instagram and, you post a picture of a duck face with your cleavage, right up to the limit of your nipples and whatnot. and then you got 1,000 likes, and you think those 1,000 likes is going to keep your bed warm, or you think that 1,000 likes is going to keep you safe. It's going to actually keep you safe. You think them 1,000 likes every time you post a picture, you think them 1,000 likes is going to keep from having your kids molested. How about that? That stuff goes on far too often. You think them 1,000 likes is going to keep from someone drinking too much or getting high too much and going upside your goddamn head. Like this very same thing that you said your grandmother had to suffer. But now you don't mess. I know personally someone who messed up and committed adultery because her husband was quote unquote boring, and got with another man, and that other man beat the snot out of her. And then she left that situation and got with someone else who was another abomination to the family. You leaving something that's a good situation, and for what? You're bored, or there's some slight that's perceived in the mind that is non-existent. That is really non-existent, and then you go out on the limb, and then you go out and do something that has lifelong consequences and repercussions, not only to you, but if you have kids, but it's going to be to the family as well. I seen this video on Slack real quick. You had something?
Slack, Officer SHALAM, you brought up what he put in the text. Let me just get back to it. He was like, you're showing your front butt and your rear butt.
Yeah, you showing your front butt when that front butt is only supposed to be for your husband. Why are you showing anybody else that? I saw this video, and I don't know. I thought it was a skit, and it might be a skit, but this stuff like this happens, a lot. I know you've seen the little video where the woman was telling the kid, "Hey, go open the door because your daddy's daddy got something for you," and then she was talking all that crap to him. He had school supplies and whatnot. You remember that? Well, anyway, he had some school supplies, and he brought the school supplies for his son. And the woman got mad that he didn't give her the money to go buy the school supplies. What the hell does it matter for? You know what I'm saying? What was the need was school supplies. Does it matter if you got it or he gave you the money for it? She got mad because he didn't give her the money. When really it wasn't about the school supplies. It really wasn't about the school supplies. And honestly, it really wasn't about the money. It was about him not doing what the hell she wanted him to do. But I saw another video on that same couple. She was with, well, not couple, that same dynamic, BMBD. She was with her new man, and her new man, he knocked on the door. No, the dude knocked on the door. She told him who it was. So he came in and knocked and opened the door. And at first the dude was very respectful. He was like, "Hey man, how you doing? What's going on?" He was very respectful. He was like, "Hey, I'm here to pick up my son." And then she was like, "Well, what the hell are you doing here? You ain't supposed to pick him up. You ain't going to get him, blah, blah, blah." It's going back and forth. And then the dude stepped in and was like totally out of order. You know what I'm saying? Out of order with the whole situation. And then it just escalated, and I just had to turn it off because at that point my blood was boiling. I'm like, I don't know what all happened in that situation, but even if someone is coming into the situation, and even if someone is coming into the situation and he's actually being respectful. Being respectful and being obliging. I don't understand how you can allow someone else to come in and still jack all that stuff up. You want to know why? Because she didn't have an aged woman to teach her exactly what the scripture is saying right here. Most likely she just the way she's interacting with the father of her child. Just the way she's interacting, she didn't have a father in her life to tell her like, hey, the things that you're doing is wrong. You need to get your stuff, get your act together, and this is how you get your act together. It's not as see. Here's another thing that goes on in the I.S.U.P.K. If there is a problem, which all of us have when we come in, if there is a problem, we're gonna be told that we have a problem. But what's the good part about it? Even better is that there's a solution to the things that we do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're addicted to something simple that is not simple, you know what I'm saying? If you're addicted to smoking cigarettes, there is a solution. We're going to tell you, hey, you need to stop that. And you know how you stop that? This is how you stop that. This is the plan in order to stop smoking cigarettes. You smoke a pack a day. How much is in a pack? I don't know. Like 20 cigarettes is in a pack? 30 cigarettes are in a pack? I don't know. It's 20? 20 cigarettes in a pack? How about you start smoking 15 cigarettes a day? Don't smoke the whole pack. After a certain period of time, all right, you got that mastered. Now just smoke 10. Just half a pack. So on and so forth until you just smoke 1 cigarette a day. How about 1 cigarette every other day? Until you quit. Until you ain't smoking no more. There is a real solution. It's not just, hey, smoking is bad, is against the Most High, and you should just quit. Nah, this is the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge. We're going to teach you how to become just like the men before us that was in this book. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says, be therefore perfect, just as your Father is perfect. So there's instructions on how to obtain that perfection. Christians say there's no one perfect but God. There's no one perfect but Jesus. Jesus is the only perfect person. Well, that's a lie, because I know there's a couple scriptures that calls that calls people perfect. There's a couple scriptures. But let's continue on. Is there anything else online? Is there anything else online?
We have Linda Page Hill. She says, I work at a retirement home. I clean when I get home. I make enough curry chicken and rice and peas for a few days because I want my husband to be proud of a clean home, clean clothes, and full belly.
Let's give this sister a hand. Sound like she had an aged woman to teach her exactly how, how to be. Now I pray if you're not in the school, I pray you and your husband come into the school so you can perfect that. You know what I'm saying? Perfect that thing that you're doing. You got something?
Yeah, counselor. And also she says, dealing with the story about the baby mom, baby daddy. She said, too many women play games with their kids and use them as pawns. Pisses me off. Exactly.
Yeah. Too many, and that again, it's a generational curse. The things that you're doing, playing a game. That's exactly what it is. You're playing a game, and you have your kids there. The kids are the one who's suffering. They're going to see that, and they're going to do the exact same thing that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You have a son. He's going to get a woman just like you. Nah, that hurts. That hurts a lot of women's feelings. That hurts a lot of women's feelings. He's going to get a woman just like you, who's going to have kids with a woman just like you, and she is not going to let him see his kids. Because the example that you showed, he's going to want that same type of woman that he grew up looking at. And he is going to go through the same curses, same headaches, same trauma that his father went through. But you're going to be on his side. You're going to be on his side. You're going to call that BM a dirty whore. You know what I'm saying? You're going to call her every types of names out in the book, and you're going to hate her because your son can't see his kids. You can, and you correlation, you can't see your grandkids. because you was a dirty woman. Right? Let's keep going. Finish up in Titus.
Verse 4. That they may teach the young woman to be sober.
Right?
To love their husband.
So hold on. So they may teach them to be sober. Now sober doesn't just mean you someone who doesn't indulge in drinking. Sober minded means that you are aware. You know what I'm saying? That you are aware of the things around you and the things, basically, the things that are around you. You are aware that nigga at the slave, that dude at the slave is just your friend, because the second you come to him about some stuff that your husband is doing, he is going to slay you. You have to be sober-minded in order to realize that. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to play that game as long as he can. Why? Because he's done it before. He's been taught before. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
To love their husbands.
To love their husbands. There's many ways to show your love to your husband, but there's one and very specific. How do you show your love to your husband? Why? Because a lot of Christians say that they love God. You know what I'm saying? How can you show your love? How would a Christian say that they show their love to God? A Christian, not you. How does a Christian say that they show their love to God?
They say they believe in him and the Son.
Okay, so they believe that's how you love, but they believe in Hitler too. They believe in Pol Pot. I'm getting a little too. They believe in Larry Hoover. They believe Larry Hoover is real. They believe Tookie's real too. They believe Tookie Williams once walked the earth. They believe that. So what does their belief in God have anything to do with the price of tea in China? Yeah. What else do they be saying?
They praise his name.
Now they praise his name, huh? They praise his name. So what does that do?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. So they believe in him and then they praise his name. But they say they love their husbands. Do they praise their husband's name? Or do they call him an idiot? They call him an idiot. They call him stupid. They call him worthless. I saw another video. Man, that's so. And it was meant to be like a joke, but that bitch was a slacker. That woman wasn't joking. That woman was not joking. It was like a little cook show or something like that, and it was the husband and the wife, and he was just doing something. He was just, and she was like, and that's why I can't effort stand you. I'm like, and then he was like, well, I was just, just like, are you serious? You allow anybody to talk to you like that? Not just your woman. You allow anybody to talk to you like that? Are you serious? And just by his reaction, that stuff was normal. How many times, now I get it when people are being playful and only, them two can know the level of, playfulness that, they can stand for one another and whatnot. But when someone says something with like malice and whatnot, like, you serious? That's one thing for her to say something like that. But then there's another thing for her to say that on TV. It's another thing. Young Jock and his woman. You seen that, right? This woman had the goddamn nerve to say, I wish that your sons don't turn out to be like you. I remember Cap says, last week, he says, my shame bucket is gone. Like there's no, there's no amount of shame that I can suffer, especially from my woman. He still has a shame bucket. And for her to be comfortable enough to say that, just say that, say that with him, that's one thing, because there should be a certain amount of comfort level you should have with your husband. You know what I'm saying? Where you can talk to him and go to him about things. And even then, there's a way that you supposed to word things and say things. You just can't just come out, just fly off the chest and just say any old goddamn thing that comes to your mind. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do that with your boss. And he's only giving you a paycheck that ain't gonna cover the rent. You know what I'm saying? You are not making a livable wage. You need that man. Most of us needs that other party in order to live and survive. So if you ain't gonna say any old thing to your boss, why in the hell would you say that to your husband? And then this bitch Slakia, this woman had the goddamn nerve to say that on TV. That's how not to be. That is how not to be. She does not love her husband. 100%. Now, this dude has some questionable hairdos. You know what I'm saying? He has some questionable mannerisms about him. She don't go ahead and say some dirty, foul stuff like that in front of the world. Like, are you serious? And some women wonder why, they get other men get other women. Wonder why men gets other women. This is a prime example of that. There's a scripture that says it would be better to live in a corner of the roof, not even the whole roof, just in a corner of the roof, than to live with a clamorous woman. I heard this one thing, some podcast. This brother would rather be homeless than to be married. Like, goddamn. Rather be homeless than to be married. He shouldn't have filed for divorce, but he did, and he divorced his woman, and he's living on somebody's couch, and she wants to get back with him, but he's like, nah, I'm better on somebody else's couch, working 60, 70 hours a week because he lost his job because he cursed out the judge in child support court. Got arrested, held in contempt, lost his job, and now he's working a lesser job, making lesser money, but working more hours. So he's not able to see his kids, nor is he able to have his kids over his place because he doesn't have a place. He's living on the couch, but he's paying over $1,000 a month for child support, almost $1,500 for child support and alimony. And all that can go away if he gets back with her. But he's saying, I'd rather pay that, live on a couch, than to be with this clamorous woman. There is no substitute for peace of mind. Now, like I said, this brother shouldn't have divorced his wife. What he did was a sin. He was absolutely wrong. That woman was wrong as well. And you know who's suffering the most? The kids. The kids are suffering the most. Someone told me this a long time ago. When it comes to them kids, F your feelings. You have to do whatever you need to do in order to raise them right. What does that mean? That means you need to get in class and learn how to keep your house in order. That's how you do. That's how you F your feelings. Put aside your differences and learn how to raise a family properly. That's how you do it. It's not happy wife, happy life. No, that's not it. It's not bending over backwards and giving, killing yourself unduly. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be doing that, but if there's a better way, you should take that way. But we don't know this because we don't take counsel. You know what I'm saying? We don't, especially as black men, there's so much stuff we can't admit weakness. Why? Because if we show any sort of weakness, even though we're being battered every day outside, You know what I'm saying? At the slave, coming home, going to the slave, coming home from the slave, and then getting the house. And then we got young Jock's wife saying we don't want I don't want my sons to be just like you. You know what I'm saying? On national TV. And I don't think I forgot about, you know, Beyonce's mother, what she did to that man either. You remember that? Come on now. So no, you can't show weakness. You can't show weakness. But getting counsel is not showing weakness. You know what I'm saying? You need to learn how to put your house in order. You had something?
When DJ Envy's wife in that interview, when she said he didn't make her orgasm in over 10 years, that was terrible. She should have never said that. That was terrible.
I forgot about that. And he talks about this. She put it in a book. And then went on interviews and talked about it even further. Yo. Some people, man, like Cap said, some people has a shame bucket. But you know, my shame bucket, you know, I took that shit, took that, busted down into, like, you know, into dust, into powder. No shame bucket. No shame bucket. I'm not saying you can't have a shame bucket, but damn. You want to go ahead and tell the world? Yo, that's rough. That's rough. Let's. You think she loves her husband?
I don't know.
If you do something like that, no, I don't think she loves her husband. The way you say Christians, and she's supposed to be a Christian, the way you say Christians love the Most High God, you know, praising their name, you think telling everybody that he doesn't satisfy her praises his name? She don't love him. She don't love him. Let's keep going. Wait, hold on. How do you love the Most High? No, how do you?
I do what he says.
Exactly. The Most High God commands us to do something. That's how we show our love to the Most High. How does a woman so with that analogy, how is a woman supposed to show her love to her husband?
She's supposed to do what her husband says.
She's supposed to do what her husband say. Now that may sound rough to women right now, right? That thing that I just said, do what your husband tells you to do, that sounds rough. But do you think it would be difficult or even egregious to do what your husband says if you know your husband is telling you to do something that will save your life, that will save your children's life, that will better put you in a better position to excel in everything that you do? Do you think it would be hard to do that? If a woman was in a car accident and the car done flipped over and the firefighter is there talking her through some stuff like, I can't reach you, but I need you to do something for me. You think she's going to follow his orders? She's going to follow it to the T. She ain't going to argue, well, I can't do this. Now, it may have some convincing to do. You can do this. You'll be great, you know, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about anything that's going on over here. Just listen to the sound of my voice. What I need for you to do is reach with your left hand and then unbuckle your seatbelt. You think she's going, nah, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that. Why can I use it with my right hand? Huh? Why can I use my right hand to unbuckle the seatbelt? Nancy over here, you know, Shaquana told me not to do it like that because all you want to do is just get in my pants and all blah, blah. You think she's going to do any of that stuff? No, she's going to reach with her left hand and come over her side and unbuckle the belt. That man is your husband. I'm talking about your husband is telling you what to do in order to save your life. If you go out here dressing like, you know, like Cardi B and whatnot on these videos, bad stuff there's a potential for bad stuff to happen. So he's telling you, don't do that. Cover your behind. If he's telling you, if you out here walking with Meg the Stallion and whatnot, and she does certain types of things that is considered, unsavory, and he tells you stop hanging out with her, and then you were in that van where she supposedly got shot in the foot. What do you think is supposed to happen to you? What transpired? You think he just just pulled out and just shot down there? I heard it ricocheted and whatnot. So what if that ricocheted and hit you? I told you stop hanging out with her. Why is there even a conversation? Why are you going behind my back? You had something?
Yeah, Constable. Officer Chapat said she ain't gonna say you ain't my daddy and you can't tell me what to do. The woman in the car, firefighter.
Yeah, she ain't gonna say you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me what to do. I almost took it the other way, Salakia. But yeah, she ain't gonna say that. She ain't gonna say that. So why in the hell is she saying that to you? Woman, why are you saying that to your husband? If he says, I don't want you hanging out with this fast-ass woman who has a different husband every other week, birds of a feather flock together. Nah, you ain't hanging out with that hoe. What's up?
We have a comment from Abra Murphy. She says, to love, honor, take care of, allow him to lead, and respect him at all times. This is how you love your husband.
Do what he says. That's how you honor him. That's how you love him. That's how you show your love for him. Do what he says. And if you have the man that if you trust a man's judgment, if you trust your husband's judgment, why would you have any argument with what he's telling you to do? Why would you have any argument? Why is there anything when if you supposedly trust his judgment, there should be no argument. There should be zero argument. But the reason why there is an argument because you don't trust what he says. Or you don't trust it. You have no respect for him. You have no love for him. You don't want to do it because you want to do those things that he's telling you not to do. You can do that, and then you will suffer the consequences. Now, what does that mean? You suffer the consequences.
That means that she will not be happy at all because he's not going to deal with her like that. On a positive note, she would be putting herself in situations that can harm her or probably kill her because she's not listening to her husband's guidance.
Exactly. Your husband tells you, I don't want you hanging out with this person because, this person has a whole bunch of, whole lot of stuff goes on about her. And she be putting you in that whole bunch of stuff. So you can't go out to you can't have girls' night out with her. You can't dress a certain way. You put on something that appeases him, and then you go to her house and you change it to some of her hoochie mama clothes. And then you go out and then you go to places where he told you not to go. And then God forbid, something even more devilish happens. Someone spikes your drink, and puts something in your drink, and now you waking up in the hospital because someone found you in an alley with your clothes torn away, and you can't even tell who did it. That's learning the consequences. That's not saying him he's going to leave you. But that's the Most High God saying you should have listened to your husband. You should have listened to your husband. Or this happens more often than not. You don't listen to him. You go out, you find yourself a sneaky link, and you think that sneaky link is a better substitution for what you have at home, and then you go ahead and you leave him, and you go with and make that sneaky link your man, and then you come to find out that sneaky link is molesting your kids. What you gonna do then? What you gonna do then? That happens more often than not. Not only is he molesting your kids, but he's going upside your head as well. Now you're afraid to leave him. Here's another thing. Here's another thing. It's not funny. It's not funny. But you know how you get into an argument with a woman. You just dating her or whatever. And she's texting, or she not texting, but she, messaging somebody, one of her exes and whatnot. She's like, oh, we can just be friends or whatnot. And then y'all break up, and then she block you. Well, hold up, bitch. You wasn't blocking you. You didn't show me that same energy. You want to know why? Because she doesn't see you as that person. That's fine. That's fine. You dodged a bullet there. You dodged a bullet there. Because if you actually, take one of these women to be your wives and whatnot, man, that's a tough. Cap, posted a video of Fresh and Fit podcast, and it went around. It was at a whole bunch of women, and the question was asked: would you rather have a long-lasting relationship, or would you rather have Instagram? All the women said that they wanted Instagram. Like, are you? Cap was like, I feel sorry for brothers. This is the dating pool right here. All the women said they would rather have Instagram than a long-lasting relationship. They didn't have any age woman, to teach them how to keep a man. All of them, don't get me wrong, all of them can get a man. But none of them was able to keep one. Instagram? You serious? You rather have Instagram? Anything else on there?
We have a few comments. Officer Arbawadia, he said, woman, shut your mouth and follow orders.
Goddamn right.
Because I do.
Exactly. Shut your mouth and follow orders. Exactly, because we do. That's exactly right.
We have Victor West Craven Bradley says, to judge means you ain't never had faith in this world. That's just because the evil that humanity do.
Thank you for your comment. Let's continue on with the scripture, Baba Kashar, because we ain't even close to being done.
Since it took so long, I'll read verse 4 all over. Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Verse 5.
To love their children. Staying with your husband. Staying with your husband. Staying with your husband is another way to love for you loving your children. There's another way for you loving your children. Barring any child abuse or molestation or spousal abuse, barring any of that stuff. But if you leaving your husband because he's boring, if you leaving your husband because he got fired from some job, if you leaving your husband because he's maintaining the household, he's maintaining his lifestyle, but he has no ambition to be the boss. Not everybody should be the boss. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can be a general. There has to be soldiers. I heard this a long time ago. There was a sergeant that was one of the best sergeants and whatnot. But then when he became a general, he was a trash general. So they put him back down to being a sergeant. He was an even better sergeant. Sometimes just being that sergeant is all somebody wants to do. It's all somebody needs. Not everybody can be the man, the general, the, you know what I'm saying, the person who's at the head of everything. But you're gonna leave him because of that? These are light things. Really, these are light things. All things it should be counsel. All things should be counsel. Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. To be discreet.
To be discreet, to not to be loud. And not, when I say loud, I'm not talking about because Israel is always loud. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, you know, just be busy and just, you know, out there. And everybody knows everything about you because you just can't shut your goddamn mouth. You can't be discreet. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be discreet. Just be a mystery sometimes. Have somebody look at you and wonder, what color is the hair under there? You know what I'm saying? Is it long? Is it short? Is it curly? Is it straight? Is it nappy? Is it braided? Have something. Have some mystery about you. But nah, you know what I'm saying? You got a tattoo on your inner thigh and everybody knows about it. Cover yourself up. Or you know, people know everything about you. Everything. What school you went to, how many kids you had, how many times you've been married, where you live, why you got fired from your last job. Everybody knows all this craziness about you. Just be discreet. Keep going.
Come. Chaste.
What does chase mean? What does chase mean?
The Zondervan Bible Dictionary, chaste, originally meaning pure in a ritual sense, taboo, consecrated. It developed a moral sense as the Greeks gained higher conceptions of deity. Derivatives are translated pure, pureness, purity, purify, purification, sincerely. Chastity in the relations of men and women is in the New Testament norm.
All right, so chase mean, you know, you ain't hoeing yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Both you know, physically and spiritually. When I say spiritually and every other aspects of the matter, I'm talking about, you know, you ain't gonna sell yourself for something that's unrighteous. When I say something that's unrighteous, that mother who knows her child is being molested, but will not do anything because the molester is paying the bills. That's not being chased. That's selling yourself out. Selling that, you are literally prostituting your kid and yourself out just to keep a roof over your head. Don't do that. Keep going.
Come. Keep us at home.
Keep us at home. Stay. Why you gotta go out do everything, be everywhere? You know what I'm saying? Stay at home. Stay at home. There's nothing going. You ain't missing anything, really. You gonna go? No. You ain't missing nothing. Keep going.
Good. Obedient to their own husbands.
Obedient to their own husbands. Like I said at the beginning, if you trust your husband's judgment, there should be no fight, no quarrels about what he's telling you to do. Just do what he tells you to do. If you didn't like what he was saying, you shouldn't have laid with him. Right. You shouldn't have made him your husband. You shouldn't have had kids with him. It shouldn't have gotten to that situation to whereas you're not doing what he's telling you to do. Now, when I say that, since not everybody is actually, you know, in the school and understands this, do what he's telling you to do that is not a sin. Do what he's telling you to do that is not a sin. If he's telling you to eat pork, don't eat pork. That is in unlawful order. If he's telling you to have a threesome, no, don't do that. That is homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? If he's telling you to pop this pill, this Molly, if he's telling you to take these shrooms and whatnot, no. Don't do that. That is unlawful order. Telling you to go ahead and buy some Christmas gifts for the kids, no, that's idolatry. Don't do that. That's an unlawful order. Keep going.
Come. That the word of God be not blasphemed.
That the word of God be not blasphemed, so that you will not tell a wicked, disgusting, filthy lie against the Most High. Right? Is there any more questions? Because that took up the whole class. That's an example of what you should do as a woman.
Yeah, we have no questions, sir.
No questions? All right. The other examples I was going to give you, Samson and Delilah. That was a stinking, disgusting heathen, whore of a woman. Salaki, give me real quick. Give me Judges 15. Judges 15, yeah. We're gonna do this real quick. And verse 1.
Come. Judges chapter 15, verse 1. But it came to pass within a while after.
No, 14.
Come. Judges chapter 14, verse 1. And Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines.
All right, so he saw this stinking Hamite, right? Keep going.
Come, verse 2. And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore get her for me to wife.
So he said, I seen this stinking Hamite. Well, he didn't say stinking Hamite. I'm saying stinking Hamite. And he said he told his mother, his father and his mother, hey, I want this woman, I like her, and I want her. And he told his parents to go and get her, because those are the customs, right? Keep reading.
Come, verse 3. Then his father and his mother said unto him, is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren?
It's like, hey, you can't get a black woman? You can't get a Hispanic woman? You can't get a Native American Indian woman? You gotta go with this stinking Hamite? Right. Come on now. We done raised you right. Keep going.
Come. Or among all my people that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines?
So now you won't have to go and get these nasty now they're saying these stinking Hamites. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. The uncircumcised heathens of a Philistine. Did it say heathen? No, it says uncircumcised Philistines. That is an insult. That is an insult. You know what I'm saying? So now they're saying these stinking Hamites. Keep going.
Come. And Samson said unto his father, get her for me, for she pleaseth me well.
He said, man, F all that. I likes that and I wants that. Let's fast forward. He winds up getting her to be a wife, and and they have kids, and they wind up getting killed. Fast forward to 16. Verse 1.
Judges chapter 16, verse 1.
So his parents said, just go ahead and get you a woman from the tribes. But Samson liked a certain type of woman. This is a certain type of woman he likes. Keep going.
Judges chapter 16, verse 1. Then went Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot.
Oh, what?
An harlot.
Oh, what?
An harlot.
He liked them fast ass nasty thoughts. That's who he liked. That's why his parents said, "No, you get a woman from one of the 12 tribes. That's what you should do." But he liked these nasty ass harlots. Keep going.
And went in unto her.
And married her. And went and got her. Keep going.
Verse 2. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed him in and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city.
So basically, keep going.
And were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning When it is day, we shall kill him.
So they was calling to kill him. Why? Because if you read back, you know, he had immense strength, he had immense power and whatnot, and they wanted to kill him. They wanted him absolutely dead. And this was a possible opportunity to do it because he was with one of them hoes. Long story short, this hoe didn't kill him, but another hoe killed him. He's dealing with one of these women who didn't have any integrity to stand up for themselves, or he not just integrity, but she did what she did for her people, which wasn't our people. That's another thing, you know, brothers need to do. If you choosing the right woman, choose chiefly among the people of your tribe. And if you're not going to choose among your tribe, choose anyone in the nation of Israel. Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. Her loyalties lie to you. Your loyalties lie to her.
Yeah, watch out, vet the woman. Make sure she is the person that you're okay with, because Delilah, she was digging, trying to find out his strength. And every time he didn't see it. Every time he told her something, my strength lies here, something happened that challenged that. Even though he lied to her about the strength, but he didn't see that she was trying to find his weak point. And then he finally told her, and then it was over for him. So you gotta watch the woman that you're dealing with, because she asking those questions, she might just be trying to find the one thing that could destroy you.
Long story short, if you see a woman that you are interested in, get counsel from men of the I.S.U.P.K. That's what you should do. Another story I wanted to get into, but we don't have the time. Was Abigail. Abigail was married to Nabal. Nabal is his name means fool in Hebrew. And he was about to get him and all of his servants, male servants, killed because he insulted somebody. And his wife had the common sense to keep that from happening. Read Salakia real quick. Not real quick, but when people have time, read 1 Samuel 25. All of that is in 1 Samuel chapter 25. And it'll tell you how the way Abigail saved her husband from being murdered by David. He wasn't king at the time, but she saved him and all the male servants for some slight that her husband foolishly did. And when she told him the next day, he got sick and died. The Most High killed him. David didn't have to kill him. The Most High killed him. And Abigail lived a happily life ever after. With that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Pakaibuwa.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation, the feast of the dedication, Hanukkah, the 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. Saturday, the 17th of December, 2022, for 8 days. You can find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. Remind Akim and Akwathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook,
Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and scarf. With that, I say Imadium, which means to stand. Which means to stand. Men of Israel, we'll give Salaki, sir. Oh, praise. Salaki. Right, we'll read the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Sorry, we face the east. Wapanya Hakwadam, which means turn to face the east. We'll read the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakutka, Daba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawaf now, Kasalak now, Kabawaf now, Wala'a, Dabaya now, Dabaya now, it's like Banasayawan, Above, Hawashai now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahadapara, La'ai Walamyan, Aman.
And in English, our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. We'll read Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Barak Lanawa. Wayasharala. Wahabiyah. Saparian. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hagun. Ba'Shem Yahushai. Dawada Aman.
And in English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And
the school.
Bless.
Heal. Shield. Protect.
Our loved ones.
In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. We'll read Hakak the power. Yahweh. Ba'Shem. Yahushai. Baba Kashab. Nathan Lanawa. Hakak. La Pa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. La Tahal. Hamatazarayan. Hakak. La Hakim. Hamathian. Hakak. Al Rakawa. Hatama Allah. Lagar Shan. Ba'Shem. Yahushai. Dawada Aman.
And in English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Please give us the power.
The
power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
And
all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
So be it.
We'll read the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushai. Wa Mayaki Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matazabaya. Alawap Yahanna. Ha Alawapia. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwata Zayanyam. Ha Ka Yayoyam. Waha Akwathian. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Dawada Aman.
And in English, bless you, Yahweh.
And
Yahushai. And Michael.
And
the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And assistants. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
Give me that. We're going to say the curses as well.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Our prophets.
Thy prophets.
Teachers.
That teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose.
The treasures of the rich of
The
Israel.
treasures of the riches of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the
And
nations.
the drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
Court systems.
Court systems.
Prison systems.
Prison systems.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology. Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Posse
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Air Force. Marines.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet. And the airwaves.
Cable access channels.
Cable access channels.
And a radio channel.
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people.
that seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction.
To the heathen.
That stand in the way.
That stand in the way.
To try to stop us.
To try to stop
From
us.
broadcasting your words.
From broadcasting your words.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go.
And cause them to go
to and fro.
through the earth. And consume them. That the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. That Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us from speaking that word as we speak that word.
Cause it to be known.
Cause it to be known
by all. That is the angels that have done it.
That is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread
through the media.
Throughout
the whole world. Cause them to shake that coming.
Cause them to shake it that coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it. Say saw, which means turn. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amatim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah,
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yahweh Matah. Class dismissed.